Hey everybody, Joe here from Mainline Overland. We have this AEV Prospector in our PA shop here. We just wrapped up a super functional and really useful upgrade around the back, and that is that we installed a Expedition 1 rear bumper. This truck has a Hawk 4-wheel camper in the bed here, so installing this bumper took a little bit of extra kind of custom modification to make this rear bumper work. But let's go around the back of the truck and show off all the features and how we made this bumper fit on this truck. So like I said, this is an AEV Prospector. So the customer basically bought this truck from a Ram dealer, and then the Ram dealer kind of sends it to AEV, and they do all this upfit work. So they do the front bumper, snorkel, wheels, tires, suspension upgrades. There's even kind of custom interior stitching. So this is a really, really cool setup. But one thing I wanted to note, which is actually pretty rare, and this AEV is actually a mega cab truck. So this kind of has the extended cab in the back. We see a lot of these standard cabs or the single cabs. But I have to say, this is personally the first time I've ever seen a mega cab AEV build, which I thought was pretty cool, and just wanted to make note of that. So here we are around the back of the truck. First off, I want to say I absolutely love the look of the Expedition 1 rear bumper. They did a really great job making this look like kind of an OEM plus look. It's not huge and bulky. They really kind of followed the body lines. I think it gives it a really nice kind of stealth look here around the back. Another thing I absolutely love about the Expedition 1 is their latch system. So this latch system here doesn't have any extra pins or levers. So basically all you do is lift up on this and it pulls out. A lot of the other kind of rear swing out bumpers, you're pulling a pin, the levers are kind of complicated. But this is a super, super nicely designed and well thought out setup here. And then to close it, you just push back down and it locks it in place. This latch setup really saves you a lot of time and makes it a lot easier to get everything opened up back here. On the passenger side back here is where we have the spare tire mount. Expedition 1 designed this to fit up to a 40-inch tire, kind of with, you kind of have to be kind of specific with the wheel specs there. Having a little more offset will push the tire a little bit further back so you're able to fit it. But it can fit any 37 all day, any wheel and tire. So they kind of designed it to fit around 37s, and then certain 40s will fit on here. Obviously, this is not a 37 or 40-inch tire here. Customers kind of waiting to pull the trigger and getting a matching full set here on the back, but that'll be coming soon. So let's get this popped open. We can show you some of the design here in the back. So looking at the back here is a super robust and stout spare tire setup. It's going to be able to hold kind of those super heavy 40-inch tires without any issue. I really like they give you all these kind of different hole mounting options here. So you can kind of play around with the height and everything. This is also adjustable in and out. So you just have a lot of flexibility of how you actually mount this on here. And with these holes, it also gives you options. Let's say you don't want to run a spare tire, or you only want to run this part of the time. It's super easy to bolt on other accessories such as jerry can mounts. You can easily do a max track mount setup, you do a rear box. It's kind of endless possibilities with how they kind of design this rear carrier here. On the driver's side here, you get to look at the kind of blank mounting plate that they use. So this basically is the same look as it is over there. So if you wanted to mount the tire on the driver's side or vice versa, you can. This customer is going to run this truck how it is for a little bit and kind of decide what they want to put here. You could run 2 spare tires. You could run a big kind of exterior box. You could run a fuel or jerry can mount here. There's really endless options. With this mounting setup, there's a lot of flexibility of what you can put in the back here. So later on down the road, we'll be adding kind of whatever the customer wants onto this plate here. Now with the swing outs all open, we can get a better look at how we actually modified this bumper to work with the 4-wheel camper in the back. Standard, this would actually sit about 2 to 3 inches kind of closer to the truck. But with the 4-wheel camper in the back, we had to space it out. So we're actually able to close these swing outs without coming in contact with the camper here. So we did some custom spacer work in here, spacing this out a little bit so everything kind of functions as it should. Another reason why we really like this Expedition 1 rear bumper is it really ties in all the features we want to see on a rear bumper for off-road and overland kind of applications. So starting over here, we have a nice cutout for some reverse lights. We went with the diode dynamic. I think it's a 3 or 4 inch pod in the back here. There's a couple different lights that'll fit in here, but really like to see some added lighting here in the rear. We also have rear parking sensors. So those are all integrated into the bumper and engineered. We have super beefy recovery hooks on the end. We have one on this side and one on this side. So if you need to pull someone out, do any kind of recovery, you have those beefy points to do that there. Over here, we have a nice integrated plate light. We have this really nice top aluminum kind of tread plate. So if you're stepping up on the bumper, it's not gonna be slippery. With these little dimples cut out, you're gonna be nice and grippy. Getting up into the camper, if you need to step up on there to get something on the roof. Just a nice, really nice added feature and makes it look really nice. We also have integrated cutout for the trailer wiring and everything. Some companies out there, it's just kind of an afterthought for them. You're kind of doing some dinky bracket kind of underneath. But it's really nice to see all of these OEM features kind of integrated into this bumper. It's really well thought out. These swing outs have an integrated lockout here. So when you get to the fully open position, this pin's gonna drop down and kind of lock this in place. So once it's open, you don't have to worry about this moving around too much. And then to close it, all you do is simply lift up on this. So it's actually a pretty slick design. You can either lift up on this, or if you just pull it to the side, it also raises the pin, which I think is pretty cool. So we close that up there. And then again, these latches are super simple. Once it's closed, all you do is push down, and you hear a nice click, and it's locked into place. Do the same on this side. And you're all closed up and ready to hit the road. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about the Expedition 1 rear bumper, go ahead and click the link down below in our description. And if you are adding kind of custom modifications like this to your truck with, whether it be a 4-wheel camper or a different brand of sliding camper, you really want to make sure you bring it to a professional like us, because that rear bumper does take some pretty difficult custom modification that you kind of definitely want to leave the professionals. So if you want to get your build started, go ahead and reach out to us. All of our contact info can be found down below. Thanks again.